and welcome to Crafting Unedited. I am Sierra. I am the owner, creator, content planner, all of that for Crafting Unedited and Craftily. Today, I'm going to show you how to sublimate onto wood, as in thick wood for door signs, for house signs, kitchen signs, yard signs, whatever kind of signs you want to make. But you know those big round signs that you see all the time? Sometimes they're metal, sometimes they're wood. Most of the time they are a thinner wood. So today, I am known for going outside of the box and trying something totally different. So today, I'm going to sublimate and show you the full process on this thick AF piece of wood. So first, we're gonna show you how to prep it. You sand it a little bit, then you paint it, then you put some polyacrylic on it. That's how you prep it. I'm gonna show you how to do that in a second. A couple of things that you need is obviously the wood, some paint, some polyacrylic. I'll show you that in the next clip, and some heat resistant tape, a sublimation transfer, a heat press, set to 385 for 60 seconds. This is going to take longer than 60 seconds because normally it's 60 seconds for one press, but I have to do this in 2 to 3 separate parts because it's so long. My heat press is only 15 by 12. So, and the board is 22 inches long. So anyways, so you need tape, sublimation transfer, heat press, wood, paint, polyacrylic coating, and gloves. Don't forget those because you're going to want those for your polyacrylic and your paint, unless you don't mind getting messy, but I don't want to ruin my color street. All right, let's move on to prepping the board, shall we? Alrighty, yes, I am Superwoman and I am that fast. Just kidding. I definitely did all of that like 2 days ago because I had to paint it, let it dry, coat it, let it dry, and then coat it a second time and let it dry. I waited 12 to 24 hours in between each coat. That way it had plenty of time to actually really, really dry. You do not want to press your wood. You don't want to press it while it's wet, while the polyacrylic is still wet. Don't do it. It's going to end very, very badly. So wait 24 hours, then come back and watch this part of the clip. So I've got my blank. It's prepped. gorgeous. I tried to go with like a dirty whitewash type look. I am not the most artistic when it comes to painting. You can even see where like I was swirling paint. I was running out of white paint. Okay, guys, don't judge me. All right, so I need to get my decal, my transfer on the wood here. And I have this fun image that I created. It says it's fall, y'all, but I had it all laid out and then it didn't fit the way that I wanted it to. So I cut it apart and now we're going with whatever I come up with. And yes, I just cut and leave stuff all over the floor. If you don't do this, you're not a true crafter. If you neatly throw things away as you do it, God bless you, because that ain't me. I like to just let it fall on the floor and then I'll pick it up later, especially if I'm doing a video. Like, what's the point? Also, to show you how ridiculous my brain works sometimes, I thought I'll print it on an 8.5 by 13 sheet of paper. I did, but then I scaled it and I didn't really look. So I had to make it look like it was purposely printed that way. It's just for us, I don't care. All right, so first I'm going to place the fall right in the center. Kind of like right there. Then I'm going to place its right up here somewhere. And then y'all over here somewhere. But I still don't like that, so I'm going to cut these flowers out, or these leaves off, and separate them. Y'all. I didn't space out enough, and my printer doesn't print larger than what I wanted it to, so here we are. That leaf, and I don't like how blank this is, so I'm going to cut some more leaves off of this piece here and throw them over there. You, my friend, are going to go, you look good right there. And, I don't know. I cut this purple one off over here. Bear with me while I figure my placement out here, guys. Can't have these two together and then the rest of them separated. That'll just look silly. Unless it's the same one. Damn it. Put you over here. Put you up here. There we go. This little guy right next to it belongs there because I overlapped him. So he's stuck. Stuck like Chuck. Alright, so I'm going to center this, make sure it looks kind of right. The lighting is really weird there. That's definitely not centered. Anybody else eyeball their stuff? They don't measure it? Come on, make me feel better about myself. Do you? Do you eyeball it? Or do you measure it? Because I'm totally an eyeballer. Alright, so if I don't like how this looks and there's not enough leaves or there's not enough stuff going on, simple solution. If it works, all I gotta do is print out more leaves. It's pretty simple, I think. I think I might just go over here and then put this guy down here. I don't know what I want, guys. This is terrible. I'm terrible. This here. No, because I already got one of those over there. Good son of a buckets. I got this one extra random leaf that I don't know what to do with. There we go. I'm gonna put this one a little closer. Let's put this one down here. Sorry guys, I had this all planned out and then I didn't like it. So there we go. All right, now I'm just gonna tape them down. Oh, you also need butcher paper. If you don't have that yet, I'm so sorry. You need butcher paper. pieces of tape here. Oh, damn it. Dang it. Darn it. Shoot. Oh. Definitely almost felt like I was going to cut my finger on that one. Don't need a whole lot of tape, just enough to stick it where it belongs, where you think it belongs. See, sometimes my OCD brain and my creativity brain, they don't work together, and it ends in like pure chaos in my head. Because one side is saying, just be creative, have fun with it, do what you want. The other side is like, girl, if you don't place that in the exact same spot that it is on the other side, I'm gonna have you have a meltdown. Most of the time the creativity side wins, but sometimes it does not. Sometimes OCD wins. And it's just not fair. Last one, then we're ready to press, I think. I think. Alrighty, so because like I said, this is much bigger than the press that I have, it's gonna have to be pressed twice. Now what I have done is I have raised my press pretty darn high. And because sublimation does not need pressure, it just needs heat, I won't need to close it up. Now, one thing that you do really want to pay attention to is that the whole piece of wood is covered in the butcher paper, which mine is not, so I need to cut some off and cover the other side too. So, that's why you shouldn't try to do things with one hand, guys. It doesn't work out. There we go. So then, the reason why you want to make sure that the whole piece of wood is covered and you don't have any open spots where the heat's going to go is because you don't want that polyacrylic to stick to your press plate. That could end badly. All right, so we're going to slide this slowly, carefully under the press, making sure that I have the whole thing under there. And then we're just going to drop the press plate right on top. No extra pressure, no nothing. Let it do its thing for 60 whole seconds. Then I'm going to mark with a pen where it stopped, where the heat press stopped on the butcher paper so that when I press again, I'm not double pressing the same section. If that makes sense. I feel like it makes sense. It should make sense. It's bubbling at me. So yeah, mark somehow with tape or your pen or something to show you where your press plate ended so that you don't overpress a section and burn it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Sorry if it doesn't. I'm also sorry if my kids interrupt this video because they are home. It is in the middle of the day. It's not 4 a.m. like it normally is. So I'm also going to tell you that you should definitely subscribe to my channel because I have lots and lots and lots of these tutorials. You should also subscribe or just go to craftily.com, CRAFT-ILY. Why should you go there? Because I have all kinds of written tutorials on the things that I do in person. All right, so we are going to lift this and, oh, I don't have a pot holder. This is going to be risky. So we're going to lift and slide. This bad boy is going to be so hot. Oh no, it's not that bad. Slide this over to get the rest of it pressed. Making sure that butcher paper stays on though. Let's just not watching too. There we go. Get back on there. Alright, almost there. And now I've got my little line as to where it was. I know the butcher paper is on this side. I don't know if it's on that side. We are just hoping for the best on this one, guys. I hope that it's on the other side because I can't see it. I have no idea. But this side, so this is what I was afraid of with the polyacrylic coating, is it bubbling up when it's pressed. And it did. But I feel like I could just take a little bit of sandpaper on those bubbles and it'll be totally fine. Better I could just push them back. Ooh, I just pushed them back down and look at that. Okay, noted. It's hot, but you can definitely push down on them and they will release. My tweezers here so that I can lift the transfers. Shoot. Sorry. My bad. I didn't press the timer. I don't like it. It didn't transfer all the way. Son of a biscuit. I wonder if it's because it's so thick. I'm gonna let this go for the full 60 seconds and see if that side turns out better. I'm gonna show you something. I haven't done this yet. I haven't been able to find somebody else who did it, so I just kind of winged it. I have no idea what's going on with my hair. I just kind of winged it based on what others were doing with other types of materials. So I have some ideas as to why this didn't work as well as I thought it would. And you'll be able to see when I show you these transfers what I'm talking about. And kind of like bubbled up underneath, so it transferred into some of them but didn't transfer all the way into some of the other parts, and it'll make more sense in just a second when I show you. Turn the press all the way around. Lift. First, you can, oh, that's toasty. See the bubbles here where it bubbled up? I don't know why I did that. It's been drying for a solid, I think, 24 hours at minimum, so I shouldn't have done that. But clearly, some parts did and some parts did not transfer over very well. But I don't know that it's a total bust because it might go with the antique fall theme. I don't know. See, like this one didn't transfer at all. You'll see in a second. I'm gonna turn my press off so that it doesn't melt my wall. The wood definitely smells like cinnamon though. Again, didn't transfer very well. Like at all. Same. This one did, but then it peeled off. I think that part of the issue is that it's not a completely flat surface. So maybe if I would have sanded the wood prior to, it would have done better. Definitely peeled off. So, a couple of things you can note. Still cute, kind of. Not really. Here, peeled off the paint. Totally like all the way down to the naked wood. Here too. Maybe if I wouldn't have ripped it off so fast, it would have stayed over here too. But you can also see here where one, it bled. It's kind of interesting. But two, it definitely like did some weird stuff. So is it a total fail? No, because like this did well, except for right here where there's ridges in the wood. This one did okay. The darker ones definitely did not. The lighter ones kind of did. This one bled too. So, a couple of tips if you're gonna try this, and if you do, let me know how it goes. Sand the wood, get it as flat as you possibly can. I thought that it was because my husband ran it through the planer, whatever. So I thought that it was pretty flat. But as I'm feeling the other side of it, the naked side, it's still very bumpy, kind of ridgy. So keep that in mind, and maybe don't paint it. But then if you don't paint it, then you're gonna see the wood through, and I don't know that I like that. Any advice or opinions, I'd love to hear them. I still think it kind of turns out kind of cute. Maybe if I take like a Sharpie and go over its foliage and recreate it, or I can even just do the other side. Do something on the other side and use that side. Either way, that, my friends, is how not to sublimate onto a thicker piece of wood. It worked for, if you haven't watched it yet, I did do a video on a thinner piece of wood. It definitely worked on that. So the thinner basswood worked beautifully. I did the exact same process. I painted it, then I did 2 coats of polyacrylic, but the basswood was much more flat than the thicker piece of wood was. So maybe that's the given. So get yourself a very flat piece of wood, paint it, use some polyacrylic coating, and then sublimate, and give me your outcome. Tell me how you did. I'd love to hear your feedback. But for now, continue watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, give me all the comments, all the love or hate. I'll take that too. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.